me, Noelle here, wanting to talk about my painting Surround. This piece was quite a benchmark piece for me because I made it in the wildest circumstances. For the longest time, I wanted to paint warrior princesses, and I had this vision and this inspiration brewing and just stirring. And one day, I was dating my husband at the time. See, this has taken a while to complete. I just had this picture in my mind, and I had the model who I wanted to ask to model for me. And I just went into the thrift store. It was a perfect time of year because there was a bunch of costumes. And I just came out of the store with this incredible outfit, and the associate had helped me so much on it. And I have an amazing friend whose dad let me borrow his sword. And basically this painting was almost, I based it off of a photograph, very much so. And I made it in very difficult circumstances. When I started the painting, my husband, or at the time he was my fiance, he was at basic military training for the Air Force. And it was just an incredibly trying time because we couldn't talk and we couldn't see each other, obviously. And it was so challenging. And I just started painting her face. And I was in a trailer at the time living by myself. So the circumstances were not ideal. I didn't have a setup. I didn't have a studio at all. But I just went ahead and I painted, started painting this. It's a big painting. It's 22 by 30 inches. I actually hand stretched it, and it has a 2-inch thick border. I wasn't planning on that, just kind of happened. I ordered the wrong part. But yeah, I ended up working on it for a series of time, and I eventually finished it here in Utah after my husband and were married and after we settled in our new home. And I started just thinking about it, and I really felt like it was a reflection of as a military wife, really, we are so, what am I trying to say? This is kind of, it's called Surround because I feel like I'm surrounded by warriors here on base, and there are so many wives that have overcome so many difficult obstacles as being a military wife. And a lot of times wives in the military don't get the credit. A lot of times we are treated with lower regard than the lowest rank airmen, and because here stripes and status really matter, and I don't know, I just feel like the women here are just the most incredible, and I want this to encourage and inspire. And I found that it actually has. Several wives have just gone to tears looking at it. And I wanted to inspire, obviously non-military, and to encourage. And yeah, so that's basically the story behind it. If you want to read up a little bit more on it, I wrote a little bit more on my website. My website is noelleperry.com. I'll write it in the description. And yeah, feel free to ask questions, and I'm so thankful that you spent the time listening to this, and I hope that you have an incredibly blessed moment and day or evening or night, whatever time of the day it is. Be blessed. Be surrounded by God. Thank you.